Hello everybody, it's Niklas and welcome to this new video on framers. And in this video on framers we are going to see how to work with frames. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Framer is available if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with a course structure. It will be on the first link on the description. You will see the model of the course, the session of the course, what you will be able to learn in this training course. Second link on the description, the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in these YouTube channels, have basics of this software. And second link on the description, it is like online school. You can pick a course and you can learn any graphic software. So we are going to start with the frame. So when you are in Framer here, to add the frames, you can select here these tools and you can define the frame tool. You can use also the shortcut F. When you want to start a frame, you just need to go left click here and you can start your frame and you can create something like this. When you go on the right, the first things that you can see on the frame options, before to see on the right, I will go in this area on the layer panels and a frame is created in the desktop view. If I add brick print, I can click on this area and I will add a brick print for the tablet and I will add a brick print as well for the phone. As you can see, the frame will appear also on the tablet and also on the phone. When you click on the frame on the right, the size by default is on fix on the wide and on fix on the height. And you can just change the size here. For example, just like this, you will change the wide and the height on this area. When you add a frame, for example, I'm going to place my frame here, extend until this area. When you go on the right, you have a different type of options about the style. So what you can do about the styles, you can, for example, work with the fill options, and on the fill option, you can define a color for your frames. You can also switch, for example, for linear gradient. So it means you can select the first color, define the first color. You can select the second point as well and define a second color, and you can create a gradient. You have also the radial gradient that you can use, the conic gradient, and you can come back to the fill options. You can also, if I extend a little bit my frame, you can put an image inside. So it means you can click here. And when you click here, you can replace by an image. So for example, I can select any image. I have image with a road here like this, and I can put the image inside. So we can replace a frame by an image. In this case, it will convert directly this frame to an image, as you can see. If I wanted to come back with a color, I will come back to solid and automatically it will be converted to a frame, as you can see on this area. With a frame, you can also add a radius. So it means I can, for example, reduce this frame just like this. And if you want to add a radius to this frame, you can click on this area and you can add, as you can see on your frame, rounded corners. You can also activate the proportions and you can add different size for each corner. So it means you can, for example, apply a different corner size just on this area, as you can see. So this is different type of things that you can do. You can also come back here and just apply the same corners on each element. If you want to come back to 0, you just step 0. You can also have the possibility to add, for example, a border to your frames just like this. And you can also switch for the color. So, but it's different as a rectangle because a rectangle is different as a frame. I'm going to show you why. Because I will click on this area and I will remove here and I will place my element just here. Every time if I select my text tools, I can go inside and I will type something like sections and I will just extend on these directions and I will place the sections here. And when I go on the right, I will change the color size here. The fact is, every time when you add any type of element, you can switch the element inside your other element. What does it mean? It means if, for example, I select something like rectangles and I create a small rectangle just like this, and this rectangle are just dragging and moving here, automatically he will arrive inside the sections. And the section will be like a container to all the elements. For example, I have element here, I will switch for color for the white color, and oops, I will duplicate this one. Oops, I convert it to path. I'm going to come back to my rectangles. I will click on the rectangle tools. I will switch to the white color, and I will extend this element just here. And for example, I will press Alt left click and I will duplicate. I will select these three elements. I will go in the align panels and define something like this, stay in the middles. And as you can see, all my elements are now inside the frame. What does it mean? It means if I reduce the frame, as you can see, the element will move depending of their position. And when you click on element just like this, we can see the position of this shape. We have absolute positions. If I click on the text here and I go on this area, I have a type absolute, but I have also the white and the height. So concretely, I can dragging and moving my container just like this. And if I move, the element will move inside as well. So with a frame, you can do a lot of things. If you switch your frame, so for example, I'm going to click here, I will extend a little bit on this area, and I will create another frames. I will click here, create another frames, just like this. And these frames, I will change the color. Let's just create something in orange. If these frames, you decide to switch the wide and the height, and for example, you change that. If you change that, it will convert to stack. So it means you can select any things like, for example, relative, and here relative, and here you can just define a percentage. So here in this case, it's not really what I want to do. But when you go on this area, you can, for example, move the container. One more times, I will place again some text inside, and I will type content inside, just like that. And I will put content just on this area as well. If I select my rectangles, this time, because I have something inside, I can switch for fit content. So it means you can fit the container to the content. And if I use fit content just like that, or I'm using fit content like this, I can put the text just here. And because I'm using fit content, I can now add a padding or around my text with my frame, but this frame is converted to a stack. So each time when you adjust to fit, it will be converted to a stack. And because it is a stack, you will have now more options on the layout, like the type of stack that you want. You can also define a padding here on this area, or multiple padding on each side. So for example, I can type 70 here, on this area maybe 300, on this area maybe 70, and on this area maybe 300. So basically with a container, you can do a lot of things. You need to understand that the interest of the container, the interest of the frame is you can dragging and moving element inside. So even when, if for example I have this rectangle, I can go right click and I can remove the stack. In this case, I will come back only with my text layers, and if I dragging and moving the text layer here, it will arrive inside the container. And if I move the container here, this frame, I will move all the content inside. So I will show you after how you can work with a stack, why it is interesting to use a stack, and why in many cases we will use the stack in comparison of the frame, but the frame is also interesting options for different reasons. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. First link on the description, the complete course Framer is available. If you want to learn this software starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn in this training course. Second link on the description, the website in with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in these YouTube channels, have basics of this software. And second link on the description, it is a summary of all the graphic courses available. And for our next video on this channel, see you. Ciao, ciao.